Hi, team. I'm Fitz Kohler, one half of your race announcers and host of the Rocket City Marathon Show. We are so excited to have you in town in Huntsville, Alabama this weekend. In fact, I say we are happy to have you in Huntsville. I'm sitting my can in Gainesville, Florida right now, where we do this thing right here. But I'm going to get on an aeroplane on Thursday and head up there. And boy, am I excited. We have had a blast. And our race directors are, mainly responsible for that because they're big fun and they've got such unique ideas about racing and making the Rocket City Marathon weekend the most special it can be. And their heart is certainly in it because they are runners. They're us. And, they do everything because they wanted to do something special for their community. So anywho, I'm going to bring in our stars of the show. And if you have questions, use the comment section wherever you are to say hello. And besides questions, you can also share comments. So what I want you to do right now is show off your tech savvy, your skills, and start using that comment section to say hello, tell us where you're from, and if you've run this race series before. This is what I want to know. And I'm going to start by bringing in the other half of Team Noisy, Mr. Rudy Novotny. Howdy ho, Rudy.
Hey, Fitz, how you doing?
I am superb. Are you so excited?
I am very, very excited to get back to Huntsville, Alabama, see all our friends, see our race directors, and just have an absolutely amazing event. This one's been just a blast. It's a really good sized race with a really small town field. It is just fantastic. Can't wait.
And we get to go to outer space.
Yes, we do.
It's always very nice.
Yes, we do.
All right, I'm bringing in the bosses. Here they come, Dwayne and Dana DeBartoladen.
Woo! Where's my cowbell?
I say DeBartoladen. It's still DeBartoladen, right?
DeBartoladen.
You got it.
Yeah, that's good.
You got it.
You got your name breaks my mouth, but it's worth it.
Yeah, so when I met Dwayne, I met him online, and so I saw the name before I heard it, and I thought maybe he had gotten his fingers on the wrong keys because I cannot sound out words like at all. And I'm like, that's not a real name.
No.
Yeah,
No.
DeBartoladen is German for always right and maybe arrogant.
And extremely handsome, I'm sure.
There
too.
you go. See, I like you, Fitz.
I like the always right.
That really should be something mothers pass down to daughters that say, caution if you're going to marry a man with a wacky last name. That should be something we're raised with, and just, have a Smith, for crying out loud. Marry a Smith or a Johnson, and life is so much simpler. But you are worth the trouble, Dwayne, right? Right, Dana?
Well,
That's what I say.
I
agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See?
Oh.
Yeah. So
Today.
it's memorable, right? You don't
Yes.
forget DeBartoladen.
No. And Rudy and I can attest that your name is so not crazy compared to the names we see weekend after weekend at all of these races around the world. Your name is pretty good.
Easy.
I bet. So finishing races, some of the races will ask you to put, your phonetic sounding out of your name. And so the last one I did, the race announcer said, Dana,
Right.
Or they bail completely and they say, Dana's coming back
Dana's
in. Way to go.
That's it.
Dana. Emily is doing her first marathon. Yay, Emily.
Hey, that's awesome.
And we should mention, Dana, that you just conquered Ironman a couple of months ago, and you were bestowed an invitation to go compete internationally. So give us the 30-second braggadocious about that before we jump into your race.
So 30 seconds. I wanted to quit on the bike. I was miserable. I got off the bike. I said, triathlon is dumb. I never want to do it again. And I started running. The entire run, all I could think about was the slots for Worlds. And so every time I wanted to walk, I started running again. And we went to roll down. I got a roll down slot. For people that aren't familiar with roll down, you can look it up, but I did get a slot. So
It's pretty cool. She was
Where was-
slightly excited.
Yeah.
I saw tears, correct? Happy
Oh,
tears.
yeah.
Oh, I was sobbing. The announcer said, you know, if you want to accept your slot, because we're going to Nice, France, she wanted everybody to say wee wee. And people were like, you know, they weren't really participating.
Kind of
So
mousy.
yeah.
She was not.
I was not. Everybody in the whole room knew I was
Right.
accepting.
We indeed. Well, we are so proud of you and so excited for you. It's a monster accomplishment. Congratulations.
Thank
Hey,
you.
Fitz, you're my tech person. Can you expand our box that we're displaying here, or is that for me to do?
No,
Oh.
that's just me.
No, not
the whole thing.
nice. Right.
No, this is what you get.
That's what I get. Okay.
Sorry, Charlie.
All right.
Sorry.
I got it. I got it.
Okay. Okay. So we're look. It was just Rudy needed to adjust his own screen. That's classic. Okay, team. So we're going to actually start talking about the Rocket City Marathon weekend, which is what we came to do. We have a ton of our athletes viewing. So hi, athletes. We're so excited to see you. We're going to start by talking about Friday, Expo, and then we're going to go to Saturday, and then we're going to go to Sunday. And if you have questions, ideally, you'll ask them while we're talking about the subject we're talking about. And I promise we'll do our best to get to all of them. If you're one of those latecomers, and you won't see it right now, but you'll see it on repeat. If you ask the same question in 45 minutes as we're talking about now, I'm just going to say, watch it again. And this video will remain online in perpetuity. So you can watch it over and over and over again, especially since you just love the four of us, right? Okay, so let's go with Friday morning. Where do things kick off? When do they kick off? What's going on Friday?
So Friday morning is the Expo and packet pickup. It starts at 11 o'clock in the morning. That's when the doors will officially open. It's at 700 Monroe Street. It's the Von Braun Center. There is some construction going on Monroe. And so, you know, some of the parking is a little bit more difficult to get to, but there's plenty of parking downtown to get to it.
And you can park at the VBC too, the Von Braun Center, by entering off of Clinton Street. There is a charge for that, but it is convenient.
It's very convenient.
You know, so it's right there. But but we're open 11 until
8 p.m.
on Friday.
On Friday.
Friday.
Yeah, on Friday.
Right. And you can pick up your bib and shirt and etc. For the Saturday races and the Sunday races on Friday. But you definitely have to pick up your stuff for the Saturday races on Friday. You know, we don't have race day packet pickup.
We do have race day packet pickup.
Well, so we sort of do.
You have to pay for it in advance.
Right.
We have dynamic bib assignment this year, which means the bibs are not assigned ahead of time. When you show up, you're going to walk up, you're going to give the volunteer your name, you're going to give them your ID. You do have to have an official government ID, not a Kroger card or Costco card. They will assign the next bib that's in line for that particular race that you're doing. If you do not pay for race day packet pickup and you show up on race day to pick your packet up, you won't have a bib. It's very important.
Right.
You know what? Kudos to you for this. And I'm going to tell folks that everything we're discussing tonight, you can find online. It is already written explicitly on the website. It's rocketcitymarathon.run, correct?
Correct.
Yes.
That's correct. So everything is there. If you have a question, if you think, I can't remember what time this starts or where this happens or what the rule is, it's all there. They have also sent out very explicit emails, and kudos to your emails. I love them. I read all the way through it yesterday. I'm not even a runner, and I thought this is good because they even have personality where not all races do. You can hear Dana's voice, but it's important that you guys hold hard and fast on some of these rules where people might say, but for me, I came in late because my kid was sick or whatever. There's boundaries because you only have a limited amount of staff, a limited amount of volunteers, and in order to accommodate extra,
Well, And I think it's really important to say that every single person affiliated with this race is a volunteer.
Right.
We hire some talent that, that are contracted, but everybody is a volunteer. And so, yeah, there are a limited amount of volunteers, and
Right.
this race takes about 1,000 volunteers. So on race morning for Saturday and for Sunday, we have our volunteers out on the course to make
Right.
sure that the course is, the race itself is really, well covered. Yeah, that's the word I'm
Sure.
looking for.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do
So
we have space for more volunteers right now? I mean,
Absolutely.
Sure.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
would love to have
Yeah.
more volunteers.
Yeah.
On
Absolutely.
race day, for race day packet pickup, we have team RWB coming in to work that for us. So
Right.
we're super excited to have them on board this year to be taking care of that. But, those bibs need to be pre-assigned so that when you walk in on race morning, you can just pick your bib up and
Right.
walk away.
Right. I think currently we have about 100 people signed
Yeah.
up for race day packet pickup.
Yeah.
Which is great.
Hey, and how much is race day packet pickup?
It's a $20 donation to Team RWB. All of that money goes to Team RWB.
All of it.
And you know what's so great? Logistically, $20 with the prices of gas right now, the travel time, all this stuff, that's a steal. You go, you make a good donation, and you only have to make one trip. I think people should come to the Expo because there's a lot of fun things and great
Right.
shopping and social
Right.
opportunities at the Expo. But $20 is a steal. And if you're like me and sometimes you just are short on time, take my 20 and make my life easy.
Right.
Okay, we have a question.
You do?
Oh, we have a question.
Oh, go ahead.
Okay, Patrick Gutler says, I have 2 other family members running the marathon but are out of town and will miss the packet pickup. In the race instructions, you specifically say that someone else can pick up the packet if you have a signed form and a copy of the person's ID. Do you accept digitally signed forms and digital copies of IDs?
Yes.
Absolutely. Yes.
Yes.
You can show it all on your phone.
Yep. That's all good. That's all good.
Thank you for reading the instructions,
Yeah.
Patrick.
Good job, Patrick.
well, and you know what else? This is going to be Patrick's very first marathon. So congratulations in advance.
Yeah.
And thanks a lot for trusting Rocket City Marathon with your first marathon experience. We really appreciate
Absolutely.
that. And we're really excited to have you there, Patrick. Thank you.
Yeah, we are.
And,
Thanks,
and
Patrick.
look at Patrick with his beautiful family there. I hope they're all coming.
Sweet.
And we have so many people coming in from out of state when they introduce themselves. We've got Massachusetts, we've got Kentucky, we've got Tennessee, we've got Georgia, we've got people from all over the place. And I'm guessing a lot of them are bringing friends and family members. So
Right.
those people, give them an opportunity to participate by passing out water or managing or working a cheer station or whatever. So if your husband, your wife, your partner, your kids, whatever, are showing up and you don't want them to just be idle for a few hours while you're out running, have them reach out to Dwayne and Dana. And
Yeah. We
Perfect.
will put people to work. Absolutely. So that's
So
good.
at
Hey,
the
I w-
expo, which is indoors, what else is there to do besides pick up your shirt and bib?
We have a really awesome photo booth, and that sounds kind of silly, but we have a volunteer that has taken upon herself to put together all kinds of props for our photo booth, which I love. I think that's super fun. We also have race essentials, Fleet Feet Sports.
Right.
We have Therapy South will be there. Therapy South is our partner for post-race stretching. They will be there pre-race to stretch you out. We also have Squeeze Huntsville. It's a new massage place in Huntsville that we
Right.
have not had a chance to
Haven't.
to check out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
QC Kinetics will be there
Yeah.
as well. And a few others. One of the things that's neat about our expo, since it's indoors in the South Hall, is that we have our finish line set up inside the expo, and that's where you actually finish. So it is an indoor finish.
For the back half and the full,
For
and
the back half
5K
and the
the
full.
10K.
And the 5K and the 10K. That's correct. The only one that doesn't finish there is the front half
front half.
marathon. and they finish at a brewery with a free breakfast buffet. That's not a bad exchange.
No.
It's a pretty good deal, but we've enjoyed it. I mean, the weather is who knows what, right? Whether we're soggy or
Right.
chilly, it's
Right.
nice to be in the comfort of that expo
Right.
hall.
That's right.
Sometimes Mr. Novotny and I have been trapped outdoors and I don't know,
Right.
frigid, wet conditions for hours on end. So your expo hall is a real win for everyone. Hey, Rudy, you had something you were going to ask or
Well, I just wanted to reel back on the people helping with the day of race pickup. In case any of our listeners didn't know, Team RWB is Team Red, White, and Blue, and they're an amazing group. They're all over the United States, and what they do is they their moniker is enriching veterans' lives. They work with veterans coming out of the service, and they're just really an exceptional group of people. Fitz, you and I, every single race we do, no matter where, we've got Team RWB in their red shirts, and they've got anytime we need a flag, they've got one out there. They're really exceptional people, really.
They really are.
Yeah, strong presence in Huntsville, and we love them. So it's fantastic.
Yeah, I'm not surprised Alabama has a very strong Team RWB presence for sure. Right. Hey, Mr. Kronk. Well, this is cool. We're going to get Kronk this weekend with Matthew for sure.
So he was saying, I'm wondering if his question got cut off. He was talking about the finish line. We made a point to say that the finish line is secured area inside the Von Braun Center South Hall. Mm-hmm. Spectators are welcome in there. Right. It's the actual finish line that is secured, and spectators can't finish with their family across. Right. They can't run across the finish line with their family. Can't have kids going across the finish line.
They can watch.
They can watch, and it's very spectator friendly. We have bleachers set up. I think those are set up during the expo as well.
They are. They are. We have.
So you'll be able to see it and scope out your place that you want to watch your family finish.
Right. And when the runners finish, they'll go through a separate room with post-race food, and then they'll come right back into the same South Hall with lots of seating. And, we think it's a good flow, good finish.
It is.
So.
Yeah, and it's we'll get there, but we want
people to know that we're still on Friday at the expo.
Yeah, we want them to spend time after they finish the race. And as far as that secure finish line, it's a real soapbox for Rudy and I, because what happens at the end of the race where runners are exhausted and they're struggling to finish, people think it's cool to bring their kids or their grandpa or their loved one on the course, and those people, I've seen them knock into runners, trip them, and it's a actual hazard. It's a selfish thing to do. It's disrespectful to those who've gone the distance. So never, ever, ever grab an unregistered runner, no matter who it is, no matter how much you love them, bring them onto the course. It's really a big zero. It's a big no thank you, right?
Yeah. And if I may say, Fitz and I really appreciate your attitude about that, because we've been to and been a part of races in the past who didn't have that same attitude. And, it's a secured area for a lot of reasons. And I love, Fitz throws this out a lot. It's a place of honor. It's a place of honor. And all these athletes have worked really hard to go across that place of honor, and no one else should take it from that in any way, shape, or form. So thank you to both of you.
Yep. Good stuff.
Thank you very much. Okay. So Friday, I feel like we've touched Friday. There's fun stuff, there's shopping, there's photos, bib pickup, shirt pickup, and then you just briefly go over the shirt thing. So if someone has the wrong size, they collect whatever size they've ordered. If it does not fit them properly, they can make the exchange after their race. Is that correct?
So they actually can go over there will be a sign at bag drop. So when you go to pick up the packet, if you look to the left, that's bag drop. There's a big gigantic sign that says bag drop. There's a small sign that says shirt exchange. If the person gets a shirt that's individually packaged, by the way, if they pull that shirt out and say, wow, that's not going to fit me, they can go over to shirt exchange right then and see if there's a shirt that they can exchange it for. If there is not a shirt right then they want to come back after their race is over. So we'll pull out every shirt that people have put on their registration, that particular size. That's what's going to be at packet pickup.
Right.
All of the shirts for everybody, even if somebody has written us and said they're not going to come, we haven't taken them off of registration in case somebody shows up and says, my Uncle Johnny can't come, but he signed up for the race and I have the form and I have his ID and I want to get his shirt,
We'll give them their shirt.
We'll give them their shirt and that's totally fine. But for people that don't show up, all of those shirts go over to Bib Exchange, which is in Bagdrop.
Would you say they're, in your opinion, are they running fairly true to size?
Yeah, I think they are. In the past, the Brooks shirt that we've had in the past, it was kind of small. The shirt that we had last year, while it was fantastic, ran a little bit small. I think these shirts are extremely true to size.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Last year's shirt was like butter.
It was wonderful.
Oh.
Right. We love
And this year's shirt is like silk.
Oh, there you go.
It's not like the silky, like polyester shirt that you really don't like to feel. It's like a cottony.
Ooh. You
It's
better
not.
watch it. Fitz is going to be over there talking to the volunteers and saying,
maybe I need a shirt.
I need a shirt.
Right.
Go to
I
shirt.
do need a shirt. I do need a shirt. So while we're chatting, I want folks at home, I want you to use the comment section. Tell us what race you're running this weekend and what you're most excited about. And if you're running all the races, go ahead and say that. But want to know what race or races you're running and what you're most excited about.
Yeah,
All right.
one of the questions that we get a lot, if I didn't sign up for the hat trick, which is all 3 races, 5K, 10K, and then a race on Sunday, one of the halves or the full, can I do it at packet pickup on Friday? Absolutely.
You can.
Yes, you can. If there are slots available, the 5K and the 10K are getting very, very close to selling out.
Right.
So,
Right.
If there are slots available.
Right. And people have asked also, did I have to sign up for all of these races at the same time to qualify? No, we run reports behind the scenes and correlate everything. So you don't have to worry about that. We know if you're running more than one race and we'll have you on the right list. So
Excellent.
Awesome. All right. We've got a great question. Stefano, yes, you will be able to watch this over and over and over again. It will remain on the Rocket City Facebook page. It will remain on my Fitness channel. So you can go watch this show in many different locations on the internet. But yeah, if you have any other questions or you want your friends and family to watch it too, just have them click play. It'll be there. Oh my gosh. And the comments are coming, which I love. Okay. Saturday morning,
we'll have race day packet pickup. If you've prepaid for it, you can go in and get your packet from 5:30 in the morning until 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock because the 10K starts at 7.
right.
But the 5K starts at 9. So that race day packet pickup is going to be open until 9 o'clock.
Right.
The 10K starts
at
7 on Monroe Street.
Right.
All of the wonderful indoor bathrooms will be available
Right.
at the BBC.
Wait, where to go?
What
Where's the
happened?
bathroom comment?
Uh-oh.
Where'd it go? There was a potty comment and now it's not
Yeah,
there.
was there?
Oh no, here it is. It's right there. Okay, I'm so sorry.
Real
Real
bathrooms.
Bathrooms.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
We love that we have a lot of there are a lot of bathrooms all over the BBC.
Yeah.
So there's plenty of real bathrooms that you can use multiple times before
If you
the
wander
10K
down
starts.
one of the hallways, you can probably find a place where you'll just be all by
alone.
yourself. Right. It's pretty nice.
Yeah. So the 10K starts at 7. The 5K starts at 9.
Right.
The 5K mural
That's your favorite.
run. That's my favorite. And
Right.
I do run in quotes because it's very walker friendly. I will be walking in the very back. The 10K has a 2-hour time limit. It's a little bit of a loose time limit, but it's more enforced. The 5K technically has a 1 hour time limit. It is not enforced. So the police will follow the last person.
Right.
So
They will. Yeah. And so typically you guys have probably said this in other races, but race directors are so busy that they can't run their own races unless you're special.
I have special dispensation to run
The
the
5K.
5K. Somebody
Right.
else is taking care of every other thing. The 5K mural run, I'm so excited. I absolutely love that race. You asked me, Fitz, 2 years ago, I think, other than Rocket City, like what's my favorite race? And, and I told what it was at the time. But truly, even though we're the directors of this race, the 5K mural run is by far my favorite race. It's special. We go through parts of downtown that we have a lot of murals, and it's called the mural run for a reason. We go past those murals.
Routed past all the murals,
Yeah.
and a lot of people we know run it. And we actually have a map of the murals with them listed that you can take with you. And a lot of people just stop and get selfies at each of the murals, and it's a fun race.
It's fun.
So,
Super fun.
there are some competitive runners at the front that will get a fast time.
Course.
But it is a fast course.
Yeah.
And the 10K is fast too. I mean, if you were
10K
looking
is
for a
fast.
10K PR, this would not be a bad course.
It's a great course.
It's pretty
Yeah,
fast.
It's a very fast course. But then the kids race is at 10:30. The kids marathon is one that the kids have logged miles from September until now, or they show up on race day and just do a mile, and that's totally fine too. And that one starts at 10:30.
10:30. And that's the bulk of that's on Monroe Street out in front of the VBC, but it too finishes at the same finish line inside. So,
now, am I wrong? Do they do laps in the longer distance race? Is that what they did last year? Was there a couple of laps?
They do 2 loops around Monroe. So no, you were not wrong.
right, for the kids.
That's what they do.
So cute to be able to see them come through. And folks, if you have kids that are running, kids' instinct is I have to win, I have to perform, I have to sprint, which is completely irrational for that length of distance, right? So have a little chit chat with them and say, your race, your pace, lots of big fancy runners walk. I did Boston Marathon. I walked a heck of a lot during Boston. There are no rules. So, these poor little babies, sometimes they're just, they punish themselves. That's really sad. So, and grown-ups do that too. So
that's funny, Fitz. The first time I saw you in person was in the middle of that Boston Marathon. I was running it too. And I remember passing you, and I'm like, everyone in the world is cheering for this chick. What's going on? And I'm like, nobody notices me at all. But boy, they're sure happy to see her.
Hey, it is very exciting to cheer for me, Dana or Dwayne. Because I'm always cheering for everybody else. So for that one day, everybody was obligated to lay some love on me, and they did.
Hey, Dwayne, welcome to my world. When I'm announcing, everybody,
I know.
That's
Yeah.
Hey.
I feel you, brother. I'm with you. Right?
Sorry, not sorry.
Sorry, not sorry.
Okay, I'm gonna switch things up before we go on.
Yes.
To all of our viewers, this is a random question, but I like to ask it. It has nothing to do with the race day, but I gotta know, who was your first Hollywood crush? Who is your present Hollywood crush? First and present. Okay, go on. So 10K, I've got to know, how many water stops do we have?
One.
Okay.
One. Yeah, it's typically not super warm. We have a 10K that's in the summer that has about 4 water stops.
Right.
For this 10K, it's typically not warm. If for some reason we have an unseasonably warm race, then we'll add some, but we won't need it.
It's typically okay, and it's about at the halfway point.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, so that's good to know for those who like to drink a lot throughout the race. Is bring your own little water bottle, right? Camelback, whatever feels good.
Right.
And then is there a porta potty near the hydration station?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, and there's more than just one at that aid station, right?
On the 10K?
On the 10K.
Uh,
You're gonna have to look.
I don't know,
You're gonna have
which
to
is
look.
bad. I
Yeah.
should know. I should know
Yeah.
everything, but I'm actually not sure.
This is one of those times where our committee captain, our porta potty, we call them comfort stations. Our comfort station committee captain has done such a good job that
Just
that is
handles
not
it.
something that we have
Right.
had to
That's
take
great.
Right.
Yeah.
Excellent. Yeah.
And I'm going to have to pause and give our viewers a really hard time. Not one of you has shared your first Hollywood crush or your last Hollywood crush, which means that there will be consequences for everyone involved. So, okay, here we go. We're finally, yeah, thank you. Thank you. This is important.
Kevin Bacon and
Kevin
Dwayne
Bacon.
Johnson.
The
Oh.
Rock.
Excellent taste, Rebecca.
Yes.
I like the name Dwayne.
Excellent taste.
That's right. Thank you very much. Okay, what else on Saturday? What else do we need to know about?
So on Saturday, the packet pickup is not going to start until 11 o'clock. Okay.
Right.
But the expo, we've told our vendors that there will be people that are, coming to, before the 10K starts, after the 10K finish, after
Right.
the 5K finish, like there's people around the expo. So we have a lot of vendors that are actually going to open up their booths. So if you finish the 10K and you're waiting for your friends to finish the 5K or whatever, you can still shop the booths. But the packet pickup for Sunday races will be on starting at 11 a.m. to 6 p.m.
So the other thing as well is we're going to have a results area where a kiosk where you can go and sort of get your results after the race. But we're going to delay giving out the awards for a little while just to make sure that those numbers are settled. We actually ran into a little bit of an issue last year where we started giving out awards immediately, and then we had a little bit of a conflict where some of the data wasn't settled. And so we ended up with some people that received the wrong award. And we made all that right, but we're going to give it an hour. So the 10K finishes at 9. We're not going to start giving 10K awards until 10. And then the 5K finishes at 10, and we'll start giving 5K awards at 11.
Smart.
So just,
I don't think it'll take that long.
it may not. We may sort of informally start a little sooner, but we've stated that, and that gives us that amount of time to make sure that our data is correct.
Anybody that's going to get, anybody that is going to get the challenge award. So that's anybody that's done 2 events. Some people just do the 5K and the 10K. They can pick those up at the awards table.
That's correct.
And they can pick
on
those
Saturday.
up immediately.
Right.
That was going to be my question is, are you doing an award ceremony
No.
for the 5K, 10K? It's just grab and go pick up awards.
Just grab and go. That's correct.
Nope.
We would love to do a ceremony. I love award ceremonies, but people just don't stay for
Right.
them.
Right.
So
No, it's a trend throughout the whole industry to not do award ceremonies or stick only to top 3 overall and masters, and then grab and go, which is, I think, very wise. What do you think, Rudy?
Well, what you and I see are the people that stay are like with all due respect, are the 50 and over. I ain't leaving without my medal. All right. If I score my age group.
Right. Yeah. We did that the first year that I directed this race, and it just was it actually got uncomfortable.
it does get uncomfortable when it's like Bueller.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So on behalf of the people who normally have to make those awkward announcements, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much. We appreciate that. I'm very disappointed with the people not sharing their first and last crush. Did you see Dana? Now you're Dana.
That's what we're called, right?
The celebrity couple. Do you agree with John Travolta and John Hamm?
No.
Yep.
No, no, not at all.
Dana, who's yours?
So I would say my first celebrity crush.
Oh, you're going to date yourself now, aren't you?
I am.
Oh, that's just
Oh gosh,
it.
it's so Sean Cassidy. Hello. Yeah. And
Okay.
I would have to say Bruce Willis. I really like bald men.
Oh, thanks. Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah.
That's better.
Dwayne, give it to us. Give it to us.
Me, Olivia Newton-John,
Oh yeah.
and oh gosh,
Look.
why can't I think of her name?
He's gonna have a hard time picking.
So have you seen The Greatest Showman? No. Have you seen Silo?
No, I'm sure they haven't seen something.
Okay. It's the lady who's the lead in that.
Okay. I'll look her up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She was also in Mission Impossible.
the lady that you like on The Greatest Showman was not the lead. She was the singer.
She was a singer. Yeah.
She's
That's true.
redheaded.
That's
I don't
right.
like musicals, so
Yeah.
her. No, I bet she's beautiful. I bet she's totally sexy and all this stuff. What about you, Novotny?
Oh man, like you said, dating yourself. Sally Field.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay.
I was thinking, oh my God, I can't even say it. Annette Funicello.
There you go.
Is that today? Is that who you have the hots for
No,
today?
no. And I'm still a Jennifer Aniston fan. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
No,
No,
maybe
that's
not
not a
so
bad
much.
pick.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a lot better than Bruce Willis.
Watch it, buddy. Watch it.
I think they're good. Okay. All right. Back to running. Thank you for that, for what's the word? Humoring me. All right. Andy Johnson says, last year we ran the 10K with the 10K bib on top and the 5K bib beneath it. And we switched the placement for the 5K. Is that okay to do it again? What is your preference for those
Absolutely,
people?
yes.
It is.
One little change that we made this year. So for people that are running both, we do not have bag drop available on Saturday. Again, that's a volunteer issue. But you can not pick up your 10K medal. There's a little box on there that the finish line workers are going to mark. You can say, hey, I want to wait to pick up my medal until after the 5K.
Right.
When you finish the 5K, you get your 5K medal and 10K medal all at the same time.
Right.
So that was a little bit of feedback that we had last year for people doing both of those races.
Yeah, they got their 10K and then they're like, what do I
what
do
do I
with
do with
this during the 5K?
Yeah.
Um,
So we figured out a solution.
right.
Yeah, and spread the word. So if you're with someone who's running both, tell them don't get your medal yet. Get it after.
Yeah.
Help them out. Help a friend.
And also, when we're on bibs, please, everybody, because I know we're going to have a lot of newbies. Bibs in front.
In the
Bibs
front.
In front. Yeah, really helps our timers, helps Fitz and I, helps the photographers, everybody. So in
Right.
front.
Right.
And who are our photographers this year?
So same group that we had last year, sports
Sports
photos. Brandon Schatz is the main guy there, and we love them. They do. They obviously use bib number, bib tagging, but they also do facial recognition, and so we end up with just a lot of good pictures. And
Wow, that's
been
great.
very happy with that.
And are the photos for purchase on your website?
No, they're free.
They're not free.
Oh well,
we
whatever.
have paid for them already.
We paid for
We
them.
paid for them.
They're
Free
That's
to
our
the
gift.
runners. They're
That's our gift.
Well, thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Another little change that we made for the 5K, we have a local photographer that is pulling in some people that will be stationed throughout the 5K. Since it's my favorite.
With the murals in the background. I actually, I mean, that
Right.
people like that. They like a photo of themselves near something special. So
Absolutely.
That's right.
well done.
Yeah.
Well then, what else do we need to know about Saturday? We've got the 10K at
So-
7, the 5K at 9, the kids races at 10:30.
Yeah.
The-
I think one of the biggest things for Saturday, because we've had a lot of calls, people wanting to switch to the front half. Speaking of the front half, that's awesome.
Get there.
Yeah, so I'll explain backdrop in a second. People that are trying to get into the front half, which is completely sold out. That's based on bibs and medals. For people that want to take their chances and show up at the expo about 5:45, about 15 minutes before we're getting ready to shut down, we won't give out any leftover bibs until probably right at 6 o'clock. But if you're registered for the full and you absolutely have to do the front half, or you're not registered at all and you absolutely want to do the front half, show up about 5:45, get in line. I think there will be a line, and we'll give any bibs that have not been assigned. We'll allow people to either switch their race
or sign up.
Okay, now is that I'm thinking that's cash only for people signing up.
It's not cash only. No, they will sign. They'll actually sign up online. We'll have a QR code. They'll scan.
Oh, you got it right there. Okay.
And they'll go get their bib.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think it's really important that if you're if you registered for the full and you just don't feel prepared for it, just make it happen on Saturday. Go to at the end of the expo and just make that happen. Don't feel bad. Don't beat yourself up. Don't risk injury. Don't risk, suffering. Just make the switch. It's okay. This is not the Olympic Games. You're not representing an entire nation. It's just you on Sunday making a good choice for your own physical benefits. So don't.
And there's still quite a few spots for the back half. So switching over to the back half would be good.
Yeah.
So I don't like people to have too much pressure. If you're a full marathoner and you need to drop down, do it. We will still celebrate you fully at the finish line, correct?
Absolutely.
Right.
The other question that we get a lot is, I can't run, I didn't train, or I'm sick, or I don't want to come. Can I get a refund or a deferral? We cannot do refunds or deferrals because we've taken all that money that people paid to run this year's race, and we bought stuff for them to run this year's race. So, unless there's a way that we can, I don't know.
The money's spent.
The money is spent.
The money's gone. Yeah.
It's gone.
And it wasn't spent on us.
Right. I mean, we actually get nothing.
We're volunteers. We're part of a nonprofit. We're not a for-profit company that has buckets of money sitting in the bank that we can just refund people. And a deferral, I don't think people stop and think about what a deferral is.
Right.
A deferral is, I've paid for this year. The money's been spent this year. I'm not going to run this year, but I want you to give me a free entry next year.
Right.
So we just can't. Unfortunately, we just can't do that. We'd love to be able to. But we can't.
Right. Yeah. I mean, if you're a large race series and you sort of give the same thing at each race, then maybe that makes sense. But for us, we come up with something unique every year. And money's been spent. So
well, and it's very expensive to put on races, shutting down roads and hiring law enforcement and medical personnel and fire and renting out the Van Braun Center and buying the shirts and the cones and the porta potties and the beverages and all the stuff. It just adds up.
It does add up.
It does.
Quick.
It does.
So on Saturday, if for some reason you have a true actual emergency and you cannot make it to the Von Braun Center by the time packet pickup closes, which is 6 p.m., in your instructions, there is a volunteer's name and phone number and email address.
Right.
You can call her and she will go and get your bib assigned, and she'll have it at a bag drop.
But please don't use that as a convenience. This volunteer is doing this out of the kindness of her heart. And, and if people just started taking advantage of that, we would make sure that option disappeared.
Yeah. That volunteer is one that does a lot. She's in charge of bag drops. She's at the expo all day.
Right.
Friday, all day, Saturday. She's there all day, Thursday, setting up. Like, she really does a lot. So please don't abuse her. I saw the question about showers. Showers are available at the Aquatic Center, which is just down the parkway. There is not a fee. If you go in and you tell them, hey, I just ran the marathon, I just want to take a shower,
they'll let you in. Right.
That's a great perk.
Yeah. If you're a member of the Y, there's a YMCA just across the park. So it's even closer.
Right.
But you do have to be a member of the Y.
Right.
And Dana, you were going to expand on bag drop. We had a question about bag drop.
Yes. So the way bag drop works for Sunday races, if you are running the back half or the full, you're going to turn your clear plastic bag that you pick up at packet pickup. Packet pickup, you're going to tell them, hey, I need a bag for bag drop. They're going to give you a big clear plastic bag. You're going to put whatever stuff you want after the race in that bag and write your number, your bib number on that bag with a Sharpie. You're going to turn that in on Sunday morning at bag drop. If you're running the back half and the full, you're turning it in at bag drop. Okay. When you finish, you're going to go through the finish line. You're going to get your medal and you're going to get your finisher gift. And then bag drop is right there. You're just going to walk up. You're going to show them your bib. They're going to give you your bag.
Right.
Right. If you're running the front half, your bag drop is going to be at the start line. So you're going to go to the start line. You're going to take that clear plastic bag. You're going to tie it up. Make sure your number's on it. You're going to stick it in the bucket, because then we're going to take all of those bags to the front half so that you can pick up your bag
when you finish.
When you finish the front half. If you are doing the front half and you want to partake of an adult beverage, you must have your ID. So
put your ID in your bag. Or carry it with you.
Yeah.
That's fine too.
No. And folks, this does not count. They will not accept this bag. They will not accept your backpack or your duffel bag. This is exclusively the clear bags they're giving you at bid pickup. Don't make that error.
That's right.
And we will not be able to hold luggage at bag drop. We have a limited amount of space, and B, just for safety reasons, we can't hold luggage.
Right.
And if you've read your instructions, you know that you can put your pet turtle in your bag drop, but we would appreciate it if you didn't, because if we find your pet turtle, we're going to call PETA.
Hey, real quickly, give us a 30-second description of the turtles, why people are going to see little turtles.
So yeah, I'll do that. So
30 seconds.
30 seconds. Last year, Dana had to come up with the race instructions. That was her task. She was sleep deprived, and she came up with actually a hilarious set of instructions. And embedded in there were references to, you can't take pets with you unless it's a turtle, and that you can fit in your pocket. And so a pocket turtle or pet turtle sort of became a thing. And we actually have miniature pet turtles for sale in the store. And they're almost, we could pre-sell them and sell out. So many people want them now. It's pretty amazing.
It's so cute. It's so fun. Well done, Dana, and all your little silly ideas. I love that anything that comes in your mind, you just put it out on the paper. Like I said, folks, read those instructions, not just so you know what to do, but because they're really funny. And that's my leisure reading now, is Dana's emails. Okay, so let's go to Saturday morning, and it's 48 minutes into the show, so I want to be.
You mean Sunday?
Sunday
morning.
We hit Saturday.
Sunday morning, we have a 6 a.m. early start. That is only for the front half marathoners that need 3 to 4 hours, or full marathoners that need 6 to 7 hours. You cannot do the early start if you just want to get done early. And that's for safety reasons. If you want the long explanation, come find me. I'm happy to explain it. If you need an early start, make sure when you get your bib that you get an early start bib. You should have already signed up for it.
Right.
There's an extra set of rules that you have to follow. You're starting in the dark, so you have to have a light. You have to have that special bib. You cannot pass the 6 hour early start pacers before the 13.1 mile mark. After 13.1 miles,
you can run as fast as you want.
You can run as fast as you want.
Yeah. That early start is not for people to just have an earlier day, and it's definitely not for fast runners.
Right. Yeah. And so I'm so glad the pocket turtles are watching this. They need to know those
Mickey
rules.
Pocket Turtle smile watching.
The regular start for the marathon relay, for the front half, for the marathon is at 7 o'clock, right?
Right.
And it'll be all together.
That's
All
right.
together. Yes, everybody starts all at the same time.
Right.
Yeah. And the
Yeah.
back half starts at 9 o'clock at the campus of UAH. Buses will be on site at the VBC at 6:30 a.m. Why somebody would want to get on a 6:30 bus for a 9 a.m. race, but they'll be there at 6:30. The first bus is going to leave at 7. The very last bus is going to leave at 8:30. It's about a 10-minute drive over to the campus of UAH. The UAH Charger Union is going to be open. So again, regular bathrooms and a warm place to wait.
Indoor waiting
place
out at
to
UAH.
wait. Yeah,
So that's pretty awesome.
Is it the same street where we started last year?
Yep.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that. We had a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to it.
Right.
Right. Good time.
Should be good. So the front half will finish at the campus 8:05. There will be, breakfast buffet
Pops and guac.
for the front. It's free for the front half finishers. For everyone else, if some of the other family members or even other runners wanted to, finish faster and go over to campus 8:05, they're offering a deep discount on that.
25%.
25% on
It's a
that.
$12 buffet. It's 25% off.
Yeah, so it's really good. And we'll have buses running between campus 8:05 and the VBC. We will also have one bus that we will delay out at UAH so that if somebody wanted to ride out to UAH to watch their loved one or friend start the back half marathon, they would have a ride back. That will head back at 9:15. So you can't hang out there for a long time, but you can watch the start and then catch a ride back.
I want to say really quick for people that sign up for the marathon, they decide at 13.1 that hops and guac buffet is just so irresistible that they're just going to stop. The front half is sold out, and Hops and Guac is expecting a certain number of finishers. The number of finishers that we've told them that we're going to have. If you are a full marathoner and you quit halfway, you can not get a medal at that halfway point. You cannot go down and have that free buffet. You can go down and get a buffet for 25% off. And you can't get your finisher gift there because you didn't finish the race that you signed up for. You can catch the bus back to the VBC. You can get a front half finisher medal at the VBC.
Right.
And you can't actually have finisher food because that's in the secure area for finishers only, and you didn't finish the race that you signed up for.
So the big point of that is if you're signed up for the full, keep running. Don't drop at the halfway point because we're going to strictly enforce all of that.
Well, and I mean,
if you have to drop, we'll get you back to the VBC.
Yeah.
We understand,
Things happen.
but it's not a choose your race distance on race day, right?
Yeah.
And I think that behooves somebody if they're unsure that they're prepared or they're thinking I didn't really train, maybe they just need to show up on Saturday afternoon and officially switch, drop down to a half marathon and then have a great day and be successful in that journey, right?
So this question that we have that she's signed up for the full, wants to run the front half, the front half is sold out. So I can't tell you that you have any chance of actually getting to run the front half. Show up on Saturday about 5:45. If we have front half bibs available, then you can switch.
You can switch.
You're signed up for the full. You can technically quit halfway.
But you won't get a medal.
You won't get a medal right there, and
And
you
you
won't get to go eat the buffet with your friend who is signed up for the front half.
Right.
The easier thing and the better thing is to convince your friend to switch to the back half, and then you can switch to the back half. Y'all both start at UAH, run through the Space and Rocket Center, the Botanical Gardens, get the indoor finish at the VBC, and have your finish your food and all that stuff there.
Right. That
Brilliant.
would be good. Yep.
Excellent answer.
Now let's go back to the start of the marathon and
Mhm.
the front half. Are we so everybody's going to be intermixed? They're
That's
going to be all
right.
together. Are we going to have corrals at all? Or are we going
No.
to be breaking it up? We're just going to
No.
let them go.
Yeah,
That's
we
right.
will have pacers with signs held up to sort of bracket people, but it'll be informal. And
Okay.
it's a 2-lane road, so it'll take a
Well,
couple of
couple
minutes, a little
minutes.
bit for everybody to kind of stream past and get
It's
started.
chip time.
But it's chip timed
Right.
The only people who really need to worry about that are the people who might actually win the whole thing, and they need to be at the front because
overall.
that's gun time.
Yeah.
Gun time. Right. Good point. Good point.
Yeah, and Rudy and I, that's really a bunch of our job is to guide people on where to line up at the start
Right,
line. So
right.
we
Yeah, if
handle
there's any
that.
confusion, we'll blame you.
Please.
We
And
like
we-
being blamed. It's one of our specialties.
We love our walkers. We got walkers at every event. We absolutely adore them and hail their effort. But please start toward the back. That's we
Yes.
ask. For safety, just makes sense.
Well, we always say there's the fast people and then there are the fun people. So when the
That's right.
fast people take off, and then we get to spend
right.
some quality time with the happy folks.
Right.
So now, very important question: how many states do we have?
Gosh, the last time I checked, we were at 48.
Right.
And and there's always those 2 states, and I'm trying to remember which ones they were this year. It's like South Dakota.
That's the one.
Yeah.
Wherever we go, South Dakota fails to show up. So come on.
What the heck? Like, aren't there runners in South Dakota?
Right. It's true. It's true. It's true. But we have them from almost every state and a few countries, and that's pretty.
Yeah, I think we have 4 countries this year.
Yeah. So
I saw Dana had a post, I think it was on Facebook, and she said, "Oh, in case anybody knows anybody from South Dakota and somewhere else, tell them to register."
to come.
Hey, it
Right.
worked because I think at the time we were missing 3 states.
I think you're right. We got one. Okay.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, but South Dakota all the time. I feel like we need to go to some South Dakota races. Real quick, the full marathon course has 13 aid stations. They're about every 2 miles. There's water and Powerade at every single aid station.
And goo.
There is
every other
goo
one.
at every other one at the even numbered ones.
Right. Right.
Even
And,
numbered.
and now
do you
what?
know, will it be water first followed by Powerade or vice versa? Is there a pattern?
So I'm going to say that it will be water first, Powerade second. Goo. Well, I actually want them to put goo first, then water, then Powerade. So that way, if you want to take a goo, you can take it really quick and then get your water before you
Head off.
Yeah.
finish.
Right.
And do you know what flavors are going to be out?
It's a
Powerade?
variety. We
Yeah.
actually have 5 or 6 different
have-
flavors, but
Vanilla, chocolate, tri-berry,
salted caramel,
salted caramel, and strawberry banana.
strawberry banana.
Yeah.
Okay.
But our aid station setup, people try to give a variety to each aid
Right.
station.
So-
Yeah.
So it's a mix.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
how about?
and then- Is there porta potties with all the water stations or hydration
Yes.
stations?
Every single one
Everyone.
and mile one.
And what about medical stations?
that was my question.
There's a medical station around mile 9, and then at the halfway point, and then about mile, about 21
And then there's medical at the finish.
at the finish.
Little shout out to my daughter, Ashley Head. She is finishing up nursing school. On Friday, she is taking her last nursing school test. She
Wow.
is driving from Michigan all the way down so that she can be here on Saturday to take part in Saturday's events.
Wow.
And then she at the halfway point. She is a
Pretty cool.
trooper.
Well done, Ashley.
Yeah. Good stuff. Good stuff.
Well done, Mama.
Pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Hang on a second. I'm going to get this.
Oh yeah, he wants to show the medals real quick.
Yeah, and I
You
want to
stuck
hear.
around this whole time, and you've listened to us talk this whole time.
So if you do 2 races, you get, so our medal theme this year is traveling, and everything is supposed to kind of look like a page out of a passport. And if you do at least 2, there we are, you get the passport cover. So if you put them all together, they kind of look like this.
Oh, that's so cool.
Thickness of them. We've got these things which will bind them together pretty well and allow for some flexibility. All the ribbons up together. Then the passport cover will open, and
the passport cover does not have a ribbon.
But then you get the front half medal. Then you get the marathon only medal. The marathoners run about 1.5 miles in the middle by themselves. And all of these look like stamps, like passport stamps.
Okay.
Which are pretty cool. Then you get the back half, and then you get the 10K and the 5K, which separate, but are magnetically
magnetized.
held together, and they each have their own medal. And so, you know, if you did the 5K, 10K, and the marathon, you're going to get this entire stack.
I love
Crazy.
it. I love it.
It's a weapon, you know that.
It really is. It's pretty good. It is heavy.
Well, and if you did the 5K, 10K, and either the half or the full, you get all the medals, all the shirts. Every shirt is different, and you also get a bucket hat.
That's true.
I love the bucket hat. The bucket hat is super cool.
We would show you, but
they're not in yet.
they're actually not in yet. They're coming in tomorrow, I think.
Something to look forward to. Also, you said there still are spots in the 5K, 10K if people want to register, so
There
they
are.
can
That's
get the
correct.
pass flow.
There are a few. The 5K and 10K are very close to selling out.
Right.
Great.
Right.
And I'm going to ask anybody, any of our athletes that are headed back to a non-U.S. destination, when you're asked for your passport, hold up.
That's right.
Here it is.
That's right. If you do the
Thank
full,
you.
you get 3
And so-
medals.
Yes,
That's correct.
that's correct. If you do the full, you get 3 medals.
You get 3 medals.
and say thank you for asking, officer.
That's right.
That's right.
Fantastic.
And then obviously that massage therapist is going to have to work on all of their necks from.
That's right.
It'll be
Very
heavy.
good.
That's correct.
Okay, so we've got some quickie questions. Where can observers park? From Sheldon. Hi,
So
Sheldon.
there are multiple parking garages around. If you actually go on the website, there is a parking page that shows you sort of the downtown area and where the different parking garages are. So,
Okay.
Yeah, and parking is not, you don't have to pay for parking on Saturdays and Sundays.
that's correct.
Unless you park at the Von Braun Center, and then you do have to pay. But if
Right.
you're parking at a metered spot, you will not have to pay for
Right.
parking.
It's free.
And of
All right,
course,
we've
once
got
again, everything we've just discussed is in the race instructions
It's
Right.
in the race
It
instructions.
is.
and
And
then
on the website.
and on the website. And at the expo, do we have an information booth or is
Yes.
there anything
We
like
do.
that?
We do.
Okay.
As soon as you walk in, that's info.
Right.
There you go.
So and keep in mind, folks, that these two right down there, they
Yeah.
are probably not going to sleep until Monday when this is all over. So
This is true.
please do not send these unnecessary emails. They're going to be putting out fires and building dreams for the next 6 days. So just be resourceful. Go on the website and you or watch this again and again and again. Okay, Sherry
Right.
Rock has a question that I'm going to fly through the answers. So the area there is results in the finish line area, not the secure area. The secure area is for when you're running through the finish line. Once you go, hooray! Once you get your snack, there's the results, and then you will pick up your bag where you dropped it off in the Van Braun if you're doing the front half and the full marathon.
Right.
I want to get in dry duds. That's what bag drop is for. And folks, if you're brand new to racing, you don't know what bag drop's for. It so when you go run and you get sticky and sweaty or maybe damp from who knows what, you can change into something warm and cozy. I highly recommend a hoodie, something soft, and maybe some sandals, right? Those are great.
Comfortable.
Right.
Be comfortable.
Sherry wants you to know, Rudy, she's over 50.
Sherry, you don't look a day over 40. Oh my gosh. And, hey, I want to come back on our Finish Line Festival area.
Mhm.
And I believe I'm correct that we are inviting families, friends,
Absolutely.
everybody. We want everybody to come in. And
Yes.
it's a huge area. We got room for
Absolutely.
everybody.
Yeah.
There's going to be tables and chairs. There's plenty of places for you to watch your finisher.
Right.
You just can't go with your finisher into the food area.
Right.
The finishers will actually go into the food area and then back out
And then come back
into the area where all of their family is.
Right.
Unless they have to go to medical.
Yeah. Just to clarify, the secure area is just the finish shoot, and then sort of another chute that runs back to medical and food. Most of the big area in the South Hall is open to anyone to come in and observe.
Yeah.
So
is there food for sale for the observers?
there's
yeah. So the BBC has, each year they've had concessions open, and they don't make enough to pay their people to come in and work concessions.
Right. Okay.
So they made kind of a hard decision this year that they probably were not going to have concessions. And that was the last word we heard, was probably not have concessions.
So
So are we encouraging, say, mom is bringing her kids to watch dad finish the race. She needs to show up with a stroller full of snacks.
just bring some snacks. Right. Bring some snacks.
Yeah.
Fitz just made a comment I want to be clear on too. Strollers in our races.
Only
The
the
5K.
5K. They are welcome in the 5K. Please start in the back and don't run people over. But they are not, you cannot have strollers
In
for
any of the other
any
races.
event.
And then how about running with your pets?
No.
Other
Only-
than turtles.
Only your pet turtle
Right.
in your pocket.
Right.
And very specific service dogs that are performing a very specific job for someone that has a need.
Right.
Yeah. A
And
disability.
Do we?
we'll verify that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we do
No.
actually have someone that's running with a service dog.
We
So I
do.
do want to make sure that
Right.
service dogs are allowed.
Right.
Brilliant. Brilliant. And then no roller skates, no bikes, no scooters, no Heelys. And then earbuds, music is discouraged. I like to run with that stuff, but I'll either keep one in and one out so I can hear my
Yep.
surroundings, or I use the shocks that go over your ears. They're bone conduction sound, and so my earwaves.
That is so that is allowed. While discouraged, it is allowed unless you are winning money.
Yes. If you're winning money, you
It's
cannot
you
have
cannot
any
have it.
kind of ear phones. Like
Right.
you can't have shocks. You can't have a speaker. You can't have them in your ear. Like
Right.
we have to cover all of these things. Well, what about this? What about that? What if I have a hoodie with,
Right.
you can't have anything like that.
Right.
And that's USATF and other government
is.
body regulations.
USPTF
Yeah.
rule.
Right.
And you are a Boston qualifier.
We are.
Absolutely.
Right.
Flat
Yeah, we
pass.
have Lee. Our friend Lee is going for a BQ. She's out there.
That's
Lee.
awesome.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Good luck. Yeah.
Great question from Alicia. How far apart is the finish line and the start line for the 5K and the 10K?
Finish line start. Oh, well, so
About
the
1/10 of a mile.
starting line is on the road right outside the VBC, and then the finish line is inside the South Hall. So
For someone who's going to be a 2-hour 10K finisher, they're going to need to run through the finish line, go outside, go through the food line, go outside, and then run right straight over to the start line.
yeah.
It's not bad, Alicia. It's
not bad.
a pretty quick trip.
It's
close.
pretty close. It's pretty close. Yeah.
Is there anything else you would like to share with your athletes before?
Yeah. Just so one thing that I would like to say is, we're still a growing race and we're still learning things. And last year we had a couple of hiccups on a couple of things, and we got some really good advice and encouragement from Rudy and Fitz, who are pros at this. And I just want to publicly say, we appreciate you guys. You were a big help and encouragement to us, and we thank you for it. We don't know everything. We're not afraid to say that, but we want to learn. We want to grow. We want to do things well. And we got some really good advice, and we tried to act on it, and we thank you.
Yeah.
So.
Well, we love you and we
Yeah.
love your race
Guys.
organization. And it is an absolute privilege to work with people who care so much and try so hard and put in the time and effort. You guys are really outstanding.
I think
volunteer race directors.
Volunteer.
Volunteer.
So one of the things that I absolutely love on race weekend is when people come up and tell me their story and tell me, why they're there. When I run races, I never talk to the race director. I might see a race director and I might realize, oh, that's the race director, and I won't say anything. I want to put it out there. I love it. I love it when people come up and tell me their story. That's why we do it.
Yeah. Come and talk to us. Tell us.
Because of you, like the runners, it's our love letter to you. We love Huntsville. We love Rocket City Marathon. We love running. We love the running community. And that's why we do it. So come and tell us. Come and tell us your story.
Right.
Oh, thank you.
Nice comment. Nice comment.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jay.
Thanks, Jay. We appreciate that.
Rudy, anything you'd like to add?
No, I think we all did a pretty good job covering just about everything. So I'm just excited to be landing and getting over to Huntsville.
We're looking forward to seeing you.
Looking forward to seeing y'all. We have plenty of Diet Coke and chocolate chip cookies.
Cheers to that. So my final thoughts are for those folks who are out there who are nervous, who are getting scared, or going to have the jitters all week, know that there's nothing scary about this. I say it frequently, but war is scary. We see that going on. We know what war looks like. That's no fun. Cancer's really scary. Showing up in Huntsville to run any distance with a bunch of really cool people, not scary at all. In fact, probably one of the most exciting things you could do for yourself. This weekend, you're actually going to be living. You're going to be challenging your body with a bunch of great people. And, Rudy and I will be there to make lots of happy noise for you. We love also meeting our runners, and I especially love the hugs. I get a little gropey, so you can tell me to back off. But we love being able to share your exciting stories of overcoming this, or maybe you want to propose. If you want to propose this weekend, tell us in advance, and we'll help make it special for you. But yeah, we will be there to all of us to hold your hand and make sure it's the greatest weekend you could ask for, and a safe travels. Hydration starts today. I know it's going to be a cool weekend. Hydration starts today. Cut back on the caffeine so you're less likely to have to pee as you run, and eat healthy food, get lots of sleep, and it's going to be a blast. We can't wait to see you at your start and finish line.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
Thank you all so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
We love you all. Get to work, friends. We'll see you on Friday.
See y'all soon.
Bye. I know you got to dance.